Oh, oh. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I remember this. I'm here. I'm here. Ah! Let's zoom out. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to Mi Casa Benvenuto. Benvenuto. Eh, I don't know. I don't want to mix my. I feel like I've been mixing my French and my Spanish, and then I recognize that like a lot of the words are the same. Same as like Italian as well. So it's just kind of like, am I confusing them or am I getting to the point where it's making more sense? I don't know. I'm not gonna go there though. My mind has been all over the place. I'm gonna wait until Zoe comes back inside and I can close the door, and then that way I'll be able to focus a little bit. What's my hair doing? What's my hair doing? I don't know what's going on right now. This is not where I want to be streaming. If you're wondering where I'm at right now, I'm in my living room area. Fireplace. This is where I do my handstand pose. I feel like it looks way smaller from this angle than it does on my actual TikTok. But that's okay. You can still see everything. I have a lot of space. I'll probably see it for a little bit more. But I should be okay for today. Uh, like I said, I'm trying to get Zoe back inside and then I'll get started. I'm not trying to be all scatterbrained right now. Although being in this space, you can't see it because I tried to like make sure everything, all the boxes and stuff are out of the way. But I still have boxes pretty much everywhere, which is why I'm filming here instead of in my studio space that will be dedicated to all things recording, minus the handstand. Um, but yeah, so once she comes back in, this is like a very interesting space to be sitting because I can see there's like I can see almost everything from this angle. I don't normally sit here. There's no reason to sit here because I'm just sitting in the middle of the floor. But with all the lights on, I can see like straight pretty much through to my room, and it's coming together slowly but sure. Very much slower than I thought. But I have been in here. I have been in here. Nothing has gone too far out of my reach, which is I'm very grateful for. Hopefully, you had a good start to your year. Um, I might just grab her 'cause now that she can roam out there, it's completely fenced in. I'm super grateful for that. Like I said, I feel like I like manifested this place. So I like wrote down everything that I was looking for, and this place has everything that I wanted, with the exception of like two things that are I don't know if they're big or not yet. I haven't had to deal with this uh, sort of thing since I lived in Australia. And when I lived in Australia, it wasn't a problem because the weather was really nice and it helped me be more social. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that now. I don't have the same exact issue, but I think it's going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm very happy here right now. And it's sunny right now. I don't know if you can tell if it's sunny, but it is sunny outside. I don't know. She's going to come over here. Is my hair looking crazy? No, she's exploring. She's just like me. If the sun is out, she's like, okay, I'm gonna be out here a little bit longer. And it's not even that like I mind that she's out there, because like I said, it's completely fenced in, and I'm really grateful for that. But because the weather's been crap, and because I've been moving my stuff in and trying to organize, I haven't been focused on outside. So I literally have not walked the perimeter to like check to see if there's anything like dangerous. She's pretty smart, and she doesn't like really mess with things too much. She's like a picky eater, but you never know what the last person left or what somebody's willing to do. So I don't know. But there's like a ton of birds outside, and they're super cute. There's like birds on the patio right now. Actually, they're just like they're just looking. They're just like being cute little birds. I don't have any bird food out there right now. I haven't done anything outside. I don't know when I'm going to. Like, I want to rake, but every time I'm going to rake, then something happens and I don't. I bought a rake. I have trees. Um, so yeah, I need to rake for sure. Go around the perimeter. I don't think I'm gonna do much out there until the weather gets nicer though, because I mean honestly, I'm not gonna be out there anyway. And I think it'll be fun to do when the weather's nice. To just like get out there and do some cute yard stuff. Oh. Okay, she's making her way downtown. She's walking fast. Faces are passing. Is she homebound? Now I'm gonna actually like walk in. Walk in. All right. So today is what the fourth day, the fourth Sunday stretching. First Sunday stretching in the new flat. First Sunday stretching of the new year. My plan is to do a full lower body routine at the very least. I've been doing some upper body stretches on my TikTok. If you haven't been looking there, hello. If you haven't been looking at my TikTok, what is it? Can you see? Oh, you can't do anything outside. Well, good. Do something inside. I'm inside. Nothing wrong with being inside. I mean, the fact that you have it inside, let's start there, because there's a lot of people that are like, damn, if I could just be inside. Um, yeah, let me start here. So basically, I've been inside, but it's been nice because mentally I was split between two places for like a month and a half. Like what I was moving, when I wasn't moving, and then the storage too, which I won't even get into because that's like a whole ordeal. The reason why I'm not in my recording studio space right now is because, and I said this on my last stream, my movers took their sweet time, which basically prevented me from even giving them the opportunity to see my storage space. Had them bring everything here instead. So that means that the couch that was in the space before is now in the space again. And it's not like it doesn't fit in there. I just don't want it in there. It's I don't use it. It's not comfortable. It takes up space that I can use for streaming. So I want to put it in the storage unit only because I can. Like I really don't need to keep it, but I'm like, I might want it for something in the future, and I have space to hold it. So I'm gonna put it there. And in the meantime, it's just literally taking up space that I would use to finish organizing in that space. So that is on my agenda for this week is to get that couch into the storage unit. Um, like I said, it would have been done right away if the movers had have done their job better. Um, I have to reorganize my storage unit because the couch obviously is going to be the biggest thing in there, which means everything that's in there right now has to come out so I can put that in first, and then everything else goes in after it. So that's going to be like a whole ordeal. But once that's done, then the space will be there's a beanbag in there. I love that beanbag. It's like one of those really, really big, like 5 foot beanbags, like beanbag love stack, like love seat size beanbags. It's like all foam, not like beans. So I don't want to get rid of it, but it is very big. So most likely when I stream in there, I'll pull it out into the hallway and stream and then pull it back in there when I'm done. And then I'll have a TV on the wall. So that way, if I want to watch something on TV, which is very rare, I will have a beanbag I can just like lay in, watch something. But I'll do like my streaming in there, and I'll have like obviously like all my tech and everything. So I'll be able to do like my sewing machine and my press and everything just like all laid out in one space instead of split between 2 floors like it was before. Um, yeah. And then this space, obviously, I've been doing my handstands in here. The fireplace is the real fireplace. Like one of the number one things that I wanted. I was like really, really surprised that I could find one that like the way that this place came together. Like I literally like to this day I still feel like did I manifest it or is this a trap? Because the way it all came together with like the layout and like obviously like not having any carpet and having like a fenced in yard and still being on like the in the area that I want to be in. I'm closer to the beach than I was before. Like actually way closer to the beach than I was before. I didn't even realize. I knew I was closer to the beach, like just when you think about it, but then I found a shortcut to the beach after I moved in that I did not know about. And that shortcut to the beach will take me to the water taxi. I kid you not, I can get to the water taxi. If I take a scooter, I can get to the water taxi in like 3 minutes. And that's me, like, going slow. So I'll be able to get to the city in less than 15 minutes if I take a scooter to the water taxi. The water taxi, I think, takes like 10 minutes. Um, which is really nice. If you know how much like Ubers cost and how parking and everything works in the city, taking a scooter to the water taxi to get to the city is less than $10, and that's like really really cheap. Plus, water taxi is a way better ride than an Uber, and I'm really close to this restaurant that I like. Um, so it's like summer's gonna be really nice for me. For me, I don't know what I'm gonna do about getting a hot tub outside. I think I'm going to, but like I said, I'm not gonna do anything until the weather gets nicer and I can kind of figure out. this space is like, I don't know. Maybe I think it's like that the older I get, the more obviously I have more experiences, and the more I can be like, oh, I remember when this was like this, and when this was like this, and so like I feel very happy here because it reminds me of places that I've had before that I've liked. And if there's something that I'm like, oh, like my last place, obviously it was like a lot bigger. And I'm like, I actually really like smaller spaces because it's I could take my trash out faster than I could get downstairs in my here. Like I literally like took all the trash out all the way outside and dumped it outside faster than I could walk down the stairs in my last place. And I'm like, wow, like luxury, luxury. um, so yeah, it's just like little things like that that have been making me feel like I don't know. Also, it's like having a smaller space too kind of feels. It's just yeah, this feels. I don't know. I remember my mom when she got divorced and she wanted to stay in our family home, which like obviously like now it makes sense to me. Like it's a full on house. I pay more for this place, but it was a full on house. It's like, bro, do you really want to like have all of this responsibility? Like giant ass backyard, giant ass detached garage with like hella shit in the back, and just like huge front yard, like all this stuff. Like, why would you want to have to deal with all of that all the time? Like, ugh. Ugh, like my place was moderate. It didn't have like I didn't have a yard. I didn't have to deal with any of that, and it was still too much work. And so now that I'm here, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, like it's overwhelming right now because like all of my books are still completely boxed up. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them, and they're not even all here. It's like if I were to do something with my books, the whole wall would be covered, and that's just not the style. I'm not saying I have a problem with people that like the library look, but I don't like the library look. I don't think it's attractive unless you have like a lot of space. To dedicate my entire wall to books isn't an attractive design to me, but I don't know what else to do. Cause yeah, right now they're in boxes and like wrapped up, and I don't want to put them in my room because I like the way my room looks like right now. I don't want to put anything else in there. I'm going to keep one wall completely blank for my projector. I want to keep this wall blank for the projector and for handstands. And I don't think this wall would look good with books on it either. So I don't know. I have to figure out something with my books over here. It's hard. I don't know what to do. I'll also have like my sliding glass door over here that goes to outside. So I have like plants in the corner because this is like literally the only other light. And the sun is rising over here. So this doesn't even catch the sun right away. I don't know how they're gonna do. It's only been like what, not even a week yet. And they were in the windows in my old place um, up until the very last moment. So I can't even really say that they've like been here since the first. Um, there's some plants over here on this side, same thing, but this window is smaller, so I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know. And I have my two bigger plants over here. So far so good, but they're both. But all of my plants are used to a lot of sun. I had a lot of windows in my last place, and this is like the opposite, which it's good and bad. I'm glad that like I still have windows, but they're not like sun-facing windows. So it means it's going to be cooler in the summer, which I'm excited about. I don't feel like there's as many peeping toms. Like it's like you would have to be an actual stalker to like see into my place at this point because like I have it's completely fenced off. Like right now you can't see me at all. That's why I'm looking straight into the fencing and um then there's also trees on the side. So you'd have to like walk through trees and like hop up to see me, which is a lot of work. Makes me feel very secure. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just like it's so cute, but it's like still stressful because I have all of this to do. And I've been redoing my bathroom. My bathroom is under construction. Moving from I had two bathrooms technically, and I'm using yeah, I'm just trying to consolidate. I think is what I need to do. I need to like consolidate. Like I have a ton of cleaning supplies. I was like, I don't want to throw away cleaning supplies. That feels weird, but I have cleaning supplies for like every floor because it's like I don't want to have to bring the same bottle of Windex up every floor. To have one on like every floor. So like the Costco thing of Windex and shit. Like I don't need that here. It feels weird to just toss it. That's kind of where I'm at, where I'm just like, I realize I have a lot of stuff that is sort of like redundant. I'm probably just gonna have to consolidate and like bite the bullet on it. So do that in my bathroom, do that in my kitchen. Um, I'm still repaneling a wall. I'm gonna I'm gonna panel one wall. See how it goes. I did tile in my bathroom ish doing it. And then what else am I doing? What else am I doing? That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna paint. I decided, although I do want to touch up the paint here. I feel like they didn't really touch up the paint. I know they did when I very first came in. This is the first place I saw. I only saw two places, three technically, four. Um, this is the first place I came inside of. And I was like, oh, this is actually really nice. But I was like, yeah, like it's the first place. I'm just, you know, getting into it. But I knew, like, because I've been looking, I'm not the type of person to even waste my time to go check a place out unless I like am really considering it. And yeah, when I came here, because it was listed as a one bedroom, and when I got here, it was a two bedroom, and I was like, that changes a lot. Like, I was interested, but it was a one bedroom. The moment I realized it was a two bedroom, I was kind of scared because I was like, is she gonna change the price? Like, was the price mispriced, or is it that nobody is looking at it as two bedroom? You know. And like I said, like I already knew it was on my list. It had everything that I wanted. The other one was a standalone house, but it was not close to the beach. Um, it was way further away from me. Um, and then the other one was close to the beach, and it had a pool. It had a really nice view and everything, but it didn't have a yard. So I was like, gotta do it for the doggy. She deserves to have a yard. And it's like considering like if you know anything about Seattle and what it means to even have property in Seattle, to have a yard that's fenced off in any capacity, like that's not easy. So I was just kind of like, man, I don't want to pick the first one, but I also don't want to act like I saw this before and it's gonna pop up again because I already know. I already know it was on my list. I already know what was there. I do the same thing when I buy cars. Like I have like a very specific, like this is the car I want. This is the color. These are the accessories. Whatever, whatever. Like I would just wait until that car comes up, and then oh, there it is, right there. You know. No, I will not settle for the sport edition. Oh, so yeah, I've been pretty happy with it. I'm not gonna lie. It's gotten. I should have been done a long time ago with the movers and just the things that didn't arrive or that did arrive, like my mail wasn't showing up right. I have a lot more to do, but I feel very comfortable. Like, it took me a long time to get my bed put together. Technically, it's still not done. Technically, it's still not done. I like, when you make stuff so much that you're just like, nah, I'll just figure it out as I go. So I started like in my head thinking like, okay, I know I need to do this and I need to do that, but I got ahead of myself and I was like, let me just see, what this will look like. And I realized it was really easy for me to cut. So I started cutting it. And then I'm like, let me just put the bed together. And I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have cut it first because I like cut way more than I needed to. Spent way more time cutting things that I didn't need to cut. It would have just saved me like hours, honestly, hours, if I had just put the bed together first and then added everything. It would be sturdier, but I could always redo it. I think the mattress was like $100 or something like that. And I just basically bought like a foam mattress and I cut that um, into the rectangles to go around the sides of the bed that I bought. Which honestly, the bed that I bought, I don't love it. I don't love it. I thought I would. The concept is really good, and I looked online for a lot of options, and it was like all the options of this type of bed were still very much like, what's the word for it? Like they feel very prototypey still. Like somebody's gonna make a really good one. Right now, it serves the purpose that it serves, but that's all I mean. That's why people make shit because it's just like there should be a better version of this bed out there. But I made it. It's still tall as fuck. I thought it was gonna be shorter for some reason in my mind. Having like the little pillow sides would make it so my dog could hop up onto the ground, up off the ground onto it. But the mattress itself is still, it's still like this tall, and so she can't get to past the mattress floor. So I did all of that work. I spent all of that time sourcing material and finding a frame and building it just so that she still needs stairs to get up to bed. Anyway, and I could have did this bed in like the way easier way had I known. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But whatever. It's fine. Oh, I have to make sure I don't just stay in this pose like I've been doing for the last few videos, as I realized like those hip releases, like this is like a lot of that hip release tension, all that trauma, right? But like as I'm stretching and I'm like venting, I'm like I get up and I'm like, man, I should have probably done something else with my stretching at in this moment, in that moment. It's okay though. I feel like 2025 was definitely one of those years for me where I had to get real with myself and just be like, you know what? Like, I don't think anybody else has my back. It's not looking like it. So, what would I do to protect me if I was? sent to protect me. And you just gotta do that sometimes, I guess. That's what I'm doing. Uh, so yeah, it's like this weird feeling of like everybody has their date of like what's the new year? Like there's like Chinese New Year. There's people like it's not the New Year because it's technically winter and pagan holidays and commercialism and all that. Like people have to recognize, and this is the best part about traveling the world. It's summer somewhere, bitch. Okay, like you're like it's not the new year for me, so it's not the new year for you. Like somebody somewhere is soaking in the sun. Just recognize that. Just because it's not growing crops where you live today doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. Everybody's like very self-centered in that. Like it has to be like this in the land that I'm living in order for me to accept that it's the beginning of the year. And this is what the new year means to me. The new year starts where you want it to start, then, bitch. I don't really care. To me, the new year, just like numerology and manifesting and everything else, it's literally in your mind. Your mind controls what becomes your reality. So for me, obviously, moving, and it's a psychological study, is one of the most stressful things that a human can do is to move, like physically uproot themselves and move to a new space, whether it's in the same city, in the same state, country, whatever. Um, and so it's a new thing for me. It's a big deal. And then yes, the calendar says 2026 now, so that's new for me. Um, every year I get with my dog, I feel very grateful just because she is so old and like I don't know, like you never really think about losing things when you're young, and then you lose something really major like a parent, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, like what's next? And not in like a morbid way, but in like a I'm grateful that I didn't even think about that until just now type of way. And she's just like over here being cute all the time. And so it's just like I feel excited that I get to say 2026 with my dog again. Um, yeah, I don't know. Very much feeling grateful. Oh, oh my back. Oh, can you hear that? My like hips and everything are popping. I've been wanting to stretch and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm just very much like have to get everything organized the way I want to be organized, and everywhere I look I see something I don't want in that spot, and I'm like, well, I need to move it and I need to do this and do that. And I'm like, I want to move all my books somewhere, but I know wherever I move them, I'm not gonna want them to be there, and then I'm gonna say, okay, let's move the books. I didn't know where that's gonna be, so you figure that out. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do like books along this here, but then that means if I want to sit, they'll be in the way. Wait, yeah, I might have to be the weird book person. Damn, I never see. This is the thing, and I remember having this conversation with a parent. She was probably like, "You dummy." I don't know what parents think when they talk to teachers anymore, because like I'm obviously not the teacher I thought my kids would have. Not that I ever thought about that, honestly, but I don't know what I would think if I was my kid's teacher. Hopefully, I'd be like, "Cool, somebody that's teaching them something." But this kid's mom, when I were talking, she was in my, I don't remember what we are doing. She was in my class. We were talking about something. And she was like, yeah, and then I'm going to put these on the bookshelf. And I was like, bookshelf? I was like, just do, like, because I was super into, like, audiobooks. And I was like, I didn't want to have any books in my house. I had like everything was on my phone or on my computer, and I was like very happy about it. And she was looking at me like I was crazy. And I was kind of looking at her like she's crazy. And I was like, bruh, like they take up so much space, and they do. But it's like the more the internet starts to wipe everything, the more I'm like, oh gosh, this is what saved my fucking book. Saved my book. So yeah. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure something out. Okay, I wonder if you sit this way. It's very quiet. Can you hear me actually? You know what I'm thinking about is I have this earpiece in, and I hope that you can hear me. Because it's been in this whole time, and I didn't even test it or anything. Hopefully you can hear me. Ooh, that would be awkward if you couldn't. I'll bet it's not like awkwardly quiet right now. How is this angle? Does this angle feel weird? I feel like it's just like so close. I don't know. I just didn't want to put like anything else in the frame. I like having the frame be of. I don't want people to be able to tell where I live by looking from the inside of my place, if that makes sense. Because normally I don't have anything like too obvious in the windows or anything like that. Like if you were outside of my old place and you looked inside, you would know exactly where I lived if I showed you those places online, which I try not to do because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, look, that's where she, that's where she lives." But I was on one of those streets where it was like you could just see straight into my house. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna try and avoid that this time around. The birds can see me. Zoe is so cute. She's just sitting there, like I was kind of nervous about her, like moving in, like the floor. Obviously, no carpet. She seems to be doing okay. I put down. I have two cow rugs. They're like, um, I don't know, cow. So I have a brown cow here and a black cow here, and and then I have my the same rug that I had my studio space for recording before is gonna be in that space again. And then I have a rug underneath my bed, but like not really. I don't really want a lot of rug. Like I just kind of wanted it to just be like a little extra color, but I don't mind the color of the floor. So I'm not like, oh, I need to like switch it up. But I do like the cow rugs. I feel like the cow rugs. I'll just say this, you guys. I'm not gonna show you because there's a lot of reasons why right now. But I bought a stripper pole, and it's a unicorn like rainbow holographic stripper pole right here. So there's like a brown rug, or it's the black cow rug here with the rainbow stripper pole. And in theory, it looks really cool. If you just look at it from the side of your eye, it looks really cool. But unfortunately, I installed it myself. And when I measured it, everything looked good. I put the pole up. It was just like this much space from the top of the pole. to the ceiling, and then you put the top part on, and it slides in. So that's what I did. Put the top part on and went to slide it in, and when I went to slide it in, it's like a rubber on the top, and it just stopped. And it stopped like the Tower of Pisa. Like, I'm not even joking. I was gonna take a picture of it for online just to be like, bruh, like, what the fuck do I do? Because it's like, it's it's secure, it's flat, but the top base and the bottom base are not center at all. And when I try to move it, it doesn't move in either direction. And I was like, okay, well maybe if I just like yank it, it'll come down, but it's like very secure, but it's not, clearly it's not. Like the Tower of Pisa have been standing for how long? Because it's just this, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something with it, but it looks cool otherwise. Once everything is set up, I'm gonna have to figure out my books. Once everything is set up and like the lights are out and everything, it's gonna be very cool. But I really don't want to have to like call a freaking person over to be like, hey, can you fix my stripper pole? It's not supposed to be for show. Uh, but it looks very badass. I'm excited for it. Um, yeah, I feel like if I wanted to be very much like, let's say I was working full time as a teacher right now, and I had to go to work, I would be back on my Adderall so that I could focus on anything at life. But what I've really been doing is I'll go into one room and I'll stare at a space and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that space needs help. This is what I would do to change it. And then I sit there for like 2 hours and I think about like all the things that I want to change about it. And don't do any of it because I don't have the things that I want to do to change it. Or I'll like order something and I'll be like, okay, cool. So in 3 days, I'll start. And that's the story of my bathroom. And yeah, I don't know. It's coming together. It is. I have to go look at my budget. I've been buying so many things on Amazon and supposed to be getting returns. I don't have any returns from Amazon for anything. I'm like, Amazon. Yeah. But I gotta do my books next. Okay, if I do my books over here, the accent wall over there. This, I don't know. I need to change my pillows. I have like a bunch of black and white pillows, and I want to switch them. I don't want them to be black and white anymore. I want them to be something else, but I don't know what. I might just go get a bunch of random fabric and just make pillows out of random fabric that I find. Because the rainbow pole, it's the same. Oh, you know that like rainbow ram head skull thing that I had in my oh in my TikTok post? It's the same color as that, so it's like I can really mix and match the colors now. And right now they're just black and white from the studio. So yeah. lots of things like that to do, but otherwise I feel like it's gonna be okay. I feel like it all worked out. I don't know. I'm okay. I don't know if I showed you guys. I know I put it on my Instagram. I had like 30 pairs of socks that I bought, and I was like, "Oh, I want to get my new place. I'm gonna have all hardwood, so I won't have to worry about um whatever. Oh, like I'm gonna have new socks. I'm gonna get rid of all my other socks." And then as I was moving in, I was making TikTok posts. Like my last week of TikTok, I had holes in my socks twice. And I never get holes in my socks. Like it's very rare. And they weren't even holes. They were like holes. Like I'm like, did I step on glass? Which I probably did. I probably did because I had broken glass on the ground, like little shards. Anyways, I won't get into it, but my really good toe socks that I love got holes in them, and I went to find my 30 socks that I bought, and I can't find any of them, and they were all in one bag tied together, and I'm like, I really hope I didn't throw them away and think like, oh, this is just a bag of trash, because I might have. Like I've been moving stuff like that, and it was literally just in like the bag that I bought them in, and I just like tied it up. So that would be so sad because at least I have a picture of at least I have a picture of them to be like, look at the socks that I had once. I can prove to myself that they existed and I'm not like completely insane, but I bought like 30 pair of socks and they're all gone. They're all gone right now. The last place to check is the storage unit, and I don't know why I would have thrown them in the storage unit at all. But that's the only other place it could be. There's nowhere else to look here. Oh, so that would be really sad, honestly, because they're not like super expensive socks. In fact, I bought them because they were really cheap, but they're just like fun and they're all different, like Disney and like funny socks. Um, so I'm kind of like, damn. If I lost those socks, if I lost them, it's sad because it's not even like they got donated. Like they got thrown straight up in the trash. If I lost them, straight up in the trash. Oh, am I too quiet? I've been like channeling Tycho. If you know who that is, a very Tycho vibes day. I have no idea what I'm gonna do today, but the weather is nice, so I feel like I should do something that involves taking stuff out of here. I really don't want to do storage unit today. Like it's just like a mental thing. But at the same time, I know if I just go and do the storage unit, I'm gonna be like 70% of my mind is gonna be clear because I'm gonna be like, okay, like that's done now. Because really, honestly, the studio space aside from taking the couch out of there, it's like tools and like like posters and like art and stuff like that that I just haven't decided like what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. Well, I don't need like four toolkits. But right now I have like four toolkits because I had like a little one for my bedroom, and I had like a smaller toolbox for the studio, and then like my regular one for the whole place. Just like the collection of tools in the kitchen, and like, yeah, I just gotta consolidate. But that's not meant to take up a lot of space at all. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta make a to-do list, and I just gotta do it. I don't want to take any more Adderall. I think I've been mentioning this on my Instagram in 2025, but I just had like a lot of people trying to convince me of things that I would need certain medications to do certain things or whatever the case may be, right? And I'm not saying that medication isn't helpful in any case, because I do appreciate the fact that I have access to medication. But coffee has been the only thing that I've been consuming for energy or any sort of like hormonal imbalance that I might feel like I can or should adjust as far as energy is concerned. My thought processes have been slower, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'm doing like a major life move and oh my gosh, there's a cat. There's a cat. It's like a major life move. And then also there's like a lot of I don't know, just like motherfuckers really tried to kill me. Like it sounds crazy to say, and I know there's some people out there that are probably like, "Oh, she's exaggerating." Or like, when was the last time someone drugged you, and you found out about it through blood tests in the hospital after you've been kidnapped from your home? Like, I'm sorry, but unless you can say that to me, fuck you. They tried to kill me, and so I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm like recovering from that. So like, this is really happened. That really happened. It really happened, and I don't know why these motherfuckers think I'm the enemy. I'm not the enemy. Uh, I'm not the enemy. Oh, I'm in a turn. I feel like I haven't done a full stretch routine in months. Honestly, this feels weird to even like progress past sitting with my legs. Yo, for anybody that actually watched those, you're a trooper. Because I know for sure that I was straight up ranting. But it needed to be said. It needed to be fucking said, man. The year of the snake. Mm-mm. Motherfuckers. Man, what a year. What a year that was. So yeah, I think let's do a rundown in my rundown here of what I want to finish. Major things that I want to finish. I may or may not watch this back again, but what I really need to do to organize myself is get a to-do list going. Because once I can get it all written down, it becomes a lot more clear. Goals are out, set, and then action can be made based off of what I've written down. Right now, everything's just kind of floating in my head. So as I'm sitting here, I can see pretty clear what I can do, at least from this angle. I'm not going to consider outside at all because that's kind of like a last minute thing. But, but, I would like to do books. I feel like books is still like, in order to do the books, I need to find shelving. And shelving is not something I can just find. Especially nowadays with the way the internet's all fucked up. Like, you can't just search for furniture anymore. If I go and look for like furniture, it's gonna show me the same four pieces of furniture over and over and over and over and over again. I don't want to see the same four pieces of furniture. I don't want to have the same pieces of furniture as somebody from Amazon, something, whatever the case. I don't know. Ah! But yeah, I do need to figure out bookshelf something. I like this. It doesn't look great there. I need to just make that known. I want to hang that up, but I also don't think it's going to be a permanent spot. So do I hang stuff up just to get it out of the way, or do I move it so that it's very clear it's not done yet? I think what I want to do, I think what'll help me right now is if I just move everything that I haven't finished yet into one space. And then that way, mentally, that cat is back. Nosy ass cat. And then that way, mentally, I'll be like, okay, at least this side is done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Ooh, horses in the stable. I love the way you ride, 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 ride. Horses in the stable. Okay, I don't know why that song is stuck in my head right now. It's the year of the horse, everybody. The way I am interpreting the year of the horse, and I think of archetypes when I think of anything and animals and what they represent in historical terms, in mythology, all of that good stuff. So, horses are very strong, loyal, steadfast. I feel like they're very goal oriented, determined. They're determined. um, yeah, I don't know. When I think about a horse, like I just think of something that's like you can trust it, and you can, like I don't know. That's the way I think of horses. I feel very strong about this year. Um, I trust myself more than I trust anybody fucking else. Okay, let me just make that very clear. I would not make myself responsible for America's children if I didn't trust myself. Cause what the fuck, bitch? That's a lot of fucking responsibility. Are you kidding me? You think I'm not gonna stand up for me? Uh, so yeah, I'm kind of like, whatever, bruh. Like, what? Literally, what else is there to lose? Actual you? What? Okay, whatever team you're fighting for. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now, but I hope that this wasn't too random and it wasn't too loud. I just realized that this has been blowing cold air. Freaking Dyson. I know. I should have checked it. Um, yeah. I got some stuff to do. I don't think I'll be in the studio by tomorrow, obviously. Tomorrow's Monday, so I'll probably be right back in this spot. Hopefully, nothing will be too hard to get back in the swing of things. But yeah, I will be back. Hopefully, consistently. Is this what having neighbors is like? Did you hear that? So loud. Um, one thing that I have noticed that is kind of grosses me out, and I don't know what to do about it is smelling other people's food. Ugh, ugh. I Whoever it is sounds like they're mad they had to come back inside. Um, so this neighbor, I know it's this neighbor because I could smell if it was coming from them. This neighbor, I only share one actual wall, which is this wall over here. Very lucky. Um, but this person cooks, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cooking, but it doesn't smell like they're very good at cooking. And so I can smell their food, and it just smells like high sodium. Um, oh my man, like every time they cook, I feel like I have to like light an incense, light an incense. It's like in the aroma, right? You taste the aroma. That's my complaint with neighbors right now. Other than that, I've been trying not to make eye contact. Trying very hard not to make eye contact. Uh, yeah. All right. See ya, everybody.